Hello everyone, my name is Relax and Panic and this is another reaction. It is for Steins Gate, episode 14, and you know what to do. As always, if you want to see the reaction, just go down into my description. You will find a link, replace the circumflex dot parts with real dots, and you will see the reaction. Enjoy it. Once you've done, please come back here, hear out my thoughts about this episode, so see you soon. For those of you that came back, welcome back. What an awesome episode. I mean, that was a really good one. I really liked it. A lot of information, something new background. We finally were able to talk with Moeka and Suzuha, the thing which I stated last time would be essential to find any kind of solution. And so he did it. That's good. And a lot of new information about what to do to save Mayushi, if that is possible at all. So, damn it, that was a lot in one episode. If you see how far stretched the first episodes, especially of the series, are, this is kind of surprising that there's so much information in such a speed in this one episode, and especially in like the last 10 minutes. So, great. So, let's see. We started off with, just trying again and again and again to save Mayuri. Which was more or neither what I thought, what I expected. I stated it in the last discussion. In my opinion, he will never stop trying it. So he's going for every chance he has to secure her life, to save her life. And we have seen already that it's likely not possible. There seems to be like a fixed point in time that says she has to die. As we learn later on, it is possibly connected to something specific that happened. Not meaning like that she's shot, which is something that happened. No, it might be the construction of the time machine, but it doesn't have to be. So, which brings me to the idea he had of destroying the time machine or jumping to before it was built and make sure it isn't built. So yes, if that would have been the reason of her death, then she would live on. True. But what if not? What if it wasn't that? What if it was that she purchased this little steel ball, you know? That she's purchasing those gaming items, you know? What if that is the reason? Now you have no more time machine, and you cannot rescue her when she dies. That's, you know, a guessing and then taking the shot. So, not the best idea. There seems to be a specific time when she's dying, we know that. Something like strange, so her clock is set at 12:13 or 12:08, which is strange because I'm pretty sure it's happening in the evening and not at midnight. So, I'm not sure about that. Maybe her clock is going wrong, but I don't think so. That was a bit strange. Maybe I misinterpreted and the clock is turned the other way around. That might be. Then it would be something like 6 p.m. 35 to 40, something like that. Which would be more fitting, I think. In those very fast shots of when he tried to save her again and again, we had one still picture of, I'm pretty sure, Mayushi being green jelly. Which we know from the bananas, but which we know also that people who were sent back in time from CERN are turned into this green jelly when they appeared later on in time. So, interesting question here is, why is this picture in there? Because I don't think in any of his tries to save her, she would look like that. Because I guess that would be something he would have pointed out to us in this series here. So, I think if there is something going on with her time traveling, her being a time traveler maybe, but I can only guess, you know, I can only guess. So, it's a theory of mine. Let's just say Mayushi is someone who is living in this time already and CERN sends her back in time. And she's the one that, whysoever, survives the jump back in time. So she starts at this exact date and time right now, where she dies with her jump. She jumps back in time, so she's Or no, wait, I'm wrong. She starts in the future, she jumps back in time. That's fine. It worked. She's living, all is fine, and we have a moment when she is born in the future, which is now, to live on until the time jump back in time to here, live on, and she has to die because you cannot be in time twice. What if that is the reason? That would be a great idea. I really like it. I mean, I'm a little bit fluent with timey-wimey stuff, so I think that might be an option. And in this case, it would mean you cannot really save her. Because you would have either to kill her before she's born, so to make sure that she's not born. And then we are in the trouble of, if she's not born, can she jump back in time? Possibly not. That gets complicated. That's why time travel is always messing with your head. So just a theory, but it would be an interesting one, you know? So that's one. Let's go back into where we were. Yeah, okay. So we had him trying it again. What I really liked, although it was sad to see, is the fact how he reacts to all that is happening. He was always playing along very cool, you know? He was always the one that when he opened up emotionally to anyone, he then played the mad scientist or stuff alike. So to not show his real emotions. This is over. This is seriously over. He was in the beginning of this episode gone. He was completely done. He was mad. And not in a positive way. He was going crazy. Because he could not do anything. He was on an endless journey which finds no solution. So he did the right thing then when he realized that he's not going anywhere by trying to talk to Moeka. Find out what is the reason why she wants to kill Mayushi. She has to know something, you know? It's not an accident. She goes too specific for her. Yes, she's the one who knows about the time machine, but something was strange there. So he talks to her. He threatens her with one of the experimental guns, which, if I remember correctly, is a remote control. And we get some really interesting informations. So she is a member of the Rounders. Guessing like going in circles, Rounders, maybe time jumping too. She is a part-time member of Arc Rewrite. That one is really, in my opinion, really important because we know from series an arc is a story arc, you know, the idea of something happening, something which is a closed storyline. In some kind of way, you could say every life of a person is an arc. From the birth to the death, it is a very own story arc of this person. So if you're a member of a group which stands to rewrite arcs, it is, and we have the idea of time jumpings and changing time, then it is very likely that this is a group which is set up to either change specific history things in the way that someone or some organization wants it. It might be CERN, doesn't have to be. Or it is someone in a more positive way, like a time police. We had such concepts in movies and series in the past as well. So someone who's aware that someone is doctoring around in time and being a threat for all of existence. So they jump back in time and rewrite that so that humanity or the universe or whatever, all of existence, is still alive. So it might very well be that Moeka and her, or well, let's say at least Moeka, because I think her men are acting pretty much like a-holes, that she's a member of some kind of positive organization who has to do something bad for the good of all. Just an idea. She might very well be a member of CERN and be evil to the core. No question there. But she doesn't act enough like... I mean, she's not acting actively evil, you know? She's more like passive and a little bit sad about it, but she's still going for it. So I see the concept that she might be some kind of time police or someone who just tries to make things right. We will see. So, but we got more information. And they want to retrieve the IBN? So we know that the IBN is important because of CERN. Because CERN wrote the first theories about time travel and everything, and all this stuff in this old language. But apart from this, the IBN is not really necessary for the time jump. So I'm not sure. It might be talking that she's part of an organization about time travel somehow. That they're aware of the IBN being like the option to go into CERN and thus is a danger and has to get taken away. Maybe she just encountered them accidentally, strangely enough. Because I don't know that the IBN would have any more powers, but we will see. She gave him 3 reasons why she went for him and for the others. And those are valid, and we know them from the past. Number 1, and we had that as an email even, as a short message he received, you know too much. I think, I'm not sure if it is from Moeka. It might very well have been a message from Suzuha as well, but the message, you know too much. The fact that he created a time machine, sure. And the third one, and that is why she acted now, is that he wanted to go public. I completely understand his reasons to go public by realizing that it is too dangerous. So that is interesting because it means that she would have let him go on as long as he does stuff alone and possibly even threatens time. I'm not sure about that. So she just doesn't want it to be public. Which speaks again a little bit more into a negative, like an evil organization, who just wants to have the power for themselves and not give it to publicity, but doesn't prove it at 100%. And she thought that he is John Titor, which makes sense. He's jumping through the time, he can remember time, he created a time machine himself, in the end with like nothing. It's not like he is a professor in a high-paid laboratory or anything. He made it out of a computer and... okay, he had help, but you know what I mean. This little group made it out of normal equipment without much of background knowledge of how to do it. So, yes, that could give you the idea that he might be John Titor. So I can see that reason by her. He once again jumped away when she got him, and due to the fact that he is so exaggerating, so acting weird, his head is really exploding there. Kurizu sees it. She realizes what's going on. She instantly understands what's going on, at least that he has a time jump. Not the all around, but that she got. And because he did not go to save Mayushi this time, because he was aware he can't do it, and he got a little bit more of background information, and he was more neither giving up at this moment, I think. He finally met her. And there's something. I'm not sure if it was by accident that he met her there. I think she searched for him, because she was aware something is going on. She's not stupid. She's a pretty clever girl. They had a nice talk, which I like. The fact that he opened up to her is very, very important because she is, as I said, clever, possibly even more clever than him. So she gave him the solution, like jump farther in time, which he never thought about. It really defines the fact about him and Mayushi, that in the moment when she is in danger, he completely stops thinking logical and throws away everything that is keeping his cool. If he would have had the time to sit down, take the pressure off his head, he would have thought about going just back 1 more hour or 2. about talking to Moeka, talking to Suzuha, gathering information, all of this. And this is nothing I say I blame him on. I said it last time already. All of this is completely gone out of his head because he is completely driven by emotions in this moment. Which I really like about him, by the way. So she gives him the idea, let's jump back farther in time, as far as possible, into the moment when the machine is ready, so that you have the maximum amount of time. Inform me about what's going on. Use my knowledge, use my intelligence in the end. She even gave him a key phrase so that she believes him. And I don't know what this is about the spoon and the fork. Maybe we will learn in the future. It's a strange thing. I guess it has like a multiple meaning. The one thing that I do not like, and I'm not talking about in this series, it is, about the stuff that's happening, is the fact that we once again have a very warm and emotional moment between these two, where they're getting closer. That's why I chose this picture, by the way. The moment when their hands are touching, she's blushing, she opens up to him because he opened up to her. We had one or two of those moments in the past as well, and I'm pretty sure you remember my comments about that. She will have forgotten it again, and I really, really hate that. Because he remembers all of it. He knows that she opens up to him if he wants to, and he never goes for it. He never tries it, and tries to open up the friendship to maybe more. And even friendship is something that is already a harder word here, because he's acting as though there's nothing. So this will be gone again. And I ask myself if somewhen in the future, in another episode in the future, there might be the moment when this bits our ass. In the meaning of that, as Suzuha stated, Marquise Kurisu might join CERN, might become some kind of evil, cold. And I'm pretty sure this wouldn't happen if there would be more between her and Ocarina. But thus, he's always jumping back in time after they had a good moment. These moments do not happen. So she never opens up to him. He remembers her opening up. But she can't, because she didn't in this timeline. So that might become a problem in my opinion. It just feels, like a storyline that is about to be. I hope not, but I can see it. I really like the fact that she did the Might Scientist for her. So much about opening up. I mean, that was hilarious and great. And, then he jumps back 5 hours instead of, I think, 3. When he's there, he waits exactly for the moment that the machine is ready and instantly starts to leave it be. I'm a bit of surprised that she didn't believe that he time jumped. And another thing, he said what she said in the future. And she states she would never say something like that. Which is again about my theory just a second ago. Those kinds of words she said, those sentences, those ideas, are possibly from a more warm version of herself. Just an idea, as I said. The question is, we had in the beginning what triggers the death of Mayuri. It might be the time machine, it might be something else. I have a theory, so I hope you like that one. And we have Suzuha coming in and opening up about what's going on. That surprised me a little bit, because she came in by herself. I guess she heard them talk. We had that in the past, that she can hear them talking upstairs. So, thus, he was there with Kurisu, which he wasn't in the other versions. Before she possibly heard them, and she realized that they know a lot already now, said that he jumped back in time. So she chose to interfere and open up about what's going on. And this is where it gets interesting. So, in this timeline, Whichever the reason might be, Mayushi cannot be saved. And in every other timeline, she can't either, as long as you use the things you have, in the meaning of D-mail and sending your memories back. However, if you are able to cross the 1% divergence, which we learned about in the past from John Titor, you will reach a beta, not better, it might be better, a beta world line. So another world line which is very much a difference, where you can cause bigger changes. And as she states, to do that, there are specific moments in time where you can reach such bigger breaches. So she named the war, she named the Y2K problem, so about 2000, which, as far as I remember, is the first time that John Titor turned up. And she named 2010, which is the moment when the time machine was created. And there we are. So, 2010 is when the time machine was created. Which one? Talking about CERN, you know? So, here it gets interesting because does she refer to the time machine that Ocarina created, or does she refer to the time machine that CERN created? Because they did, somehow. Is there a connection between CERN and Ocarina, which I still wait for? Because I'm pretty sure that whatever happens at CERN all over the time is somehow related to Ocarina and the others. I wouldn't be surprised if we would have some kind of time jump dilemma in the end, where CERN is more neither an effect of him, you know? So, however, it is the moment where you can do it, 2010, and Suzuha, Time Warrior, has a time machine with herself, which is the satellite. So I guess this already in the first episode, I guess later on when it was a satellite, that it isn't. So, it is a time machine indeed, I guess everyone thought so. And the interesting thing here is that it seems Suzuha, is John Titor. So I checked it again before recording this one. Just this little line, and she states that she said, "I am the time traveler, John Titor." Question here is once again, do you have a pause there? So it still might be that she's referring to him as John Titor, but I think she really means herself. And why not? You know, it's a clever way of disguising yourself. If you're afraid people are searching for you, following you, sure, act in the internet and everywhere in the forums as though you are male while you're female. It makes it less likely to be found. No question there. We had some little jumps, so like from her memory, I guess, when she talked about that she comes from the future of 2036, and that this thing of tubes, Nixie tubes, that was built from Nixie tubes, which shows how much of a divergence we have, was built from the future version of Ocarina. And we had a short picture of him with gray hair in the future. So, just thinking about time, he is still there, and I guess he kind of sent her back. I guess. Maybe she had her very own reason and stole the time machine, might be as well, to do something, to change something, which she thought to be good. But seeing this, so she is how old? Talking about Suzuha. She is, let's say, around about 20, possibly less. So she is very likely not even born in this time moment, which makes it very possible that she is whatever kind of a kid of any one of those we know. She might be a kid of Ocarina, she might be the kid of Kurizu, she might be the kid of both, which I would really like. But she might be the kid of everyone else who we've met in the show so far. So, this is something I will keep an eye for if we get any informations on that. It explains why she stated that Kurizu is with CERN in the future and evil in her opinion. So I think we are going to some kind of split between Ocarina and Kurisu in the future. The question is, what is the reason, you know? I'm pretty sure she will have her very good reasons for it. Whenever you're dealing with time, you can do a lot of damage. So that's what we know, and they're standing in front of a time machine, so I can only guess they're using it next time. Maybe they will talk a little bit before, because it once again would be very efficient and clever to learn more about what the heck is going on before you jump through time again and everyone forgets what was going on. Seeing that Ocarina is the only one remembering different timelines, how does Suzuha still remember? She's from the future, so that means she can jump back in time, completely including her body? Maybe not. Not sure. What? Only her memories? How? We haven't found that one yet. So I guess it is more neither an improved version of what CERN created. So it might be that she is sent by CERN, which she doesn't like, as it seems. So many questions, a lot to be answered. However, that we will learn the next time. I hope you liked that one. I really did. That was a great episode, and I'm looking forward to the next one. Until then, please feel free to comment, to like, and to subscribe. And yeah, I'll see you again. Until then, my name is Relax and Panic. Goodbye and out.